As you saw at the beginning of this video, I lost my oldest cat May 20th. It was cancer, and it actually happened really quick, and I guess as painless as it possibly could have been. I'm sure a lot of you have animals, and you know that eventually animals become part of the family. And this one was one of the best cats I ever had because he had a lot of human qualities. He understood what I was saying, I understood what he was doing, and he followed me everywhere I went, scratched the door when he wanted to go out. He's just a really good cat. And obviously I took a little time off, and then we had Memorial Day weekend, and I went out to my family's and stayed there for the weekend. So if you do have a pet, do like I did his entire time, was, take time out of the day to play with them and talk to them and pet them and just love them, because their lifespan's a lot shorter than ours. Anyway, let's get on with the build. Painting the buckle and pouches. Not sure you're going to be able to see this. But what I did is I first started with the Vallejo Modeler Sand Yellow, and then I put on a coat of Modeler Light Yellow, thinned it down so it goes to the airbrush. Then what I did is I took a real thin brush and some Vallejo Model Color White, and I did the edges, just the edges of the buckle, and of course on the pouches. So now what I'll do is I'll go back and hit it again with that light yellow, and hopefully it'll give me the separation so you can kind of see the outline, and then I can move on to next step. The purple for the gloves. So you can see it has a lot of blue in it. So does the rest of the main bodysuit. And what I did is I started with this model color purple, and then I mixed in some model color transparent blue, and then put it in an empty bottle here, and whatever the amount was, it came to about here, and then I filled the rest in with some windshield washer fluid. So, and then put in a ball bearing so I had something to shake it up. But that's the color I used. So now what I want to do is I want to take flat brush. It's an angle brush, but it's got some soft bristles on it. And I'm going to take this original purple, and I'm going to dry brush over the high parts of the glove. So let me get set up for that, and then I'll come back and I'll show you. All right, I've taken that purple and I mixed 1 drop of white into it, and I've loaded up this brush. So now what I'm going to do is get as much of it off as I possibly can, and then I'm going to wipe off as much as I can of the brush. Then I'm going to take a glove, so I can get this a little closer, and then just lightly go over it, just picking up the edges. And it's really slight, which is what I want. And just keep working it until I get it to a point where I'm happy with it. I need to put a little bit more on there. It's just very light back and forth strokes. Okay, that's pretty good. Let's do the other one. Getting almost all of it off. Take this off the clip there. You can see it's picking up the highlight of the folds in the glove, which is what I want. More paint. What I'll do is I'll keep working this till I get to where I want, and then I'll go back in and I'll take some of the main color and I'll one pass over it to help blend it a little bit better. It won't be as harsh because I don't want it to be stark. I want it to be very, very subtle. Okay, I'll finish these up and then I'll spray them with a coat and come back and show you what it looks like. I had some camera problems. I tried a webcam, which you saw on some of the previous clips, and color was washed out and the sound was muffled. I didn't like it, so I'm back to my original Samsung camcorder. I also got a new light, which is LED light. The light is a lot fuller and it spreads out a little more evenly than my first one, which was fluorescent, and there was flickering and of course the noise that fluorescent lights make. So anyway, as you can see, I got a lot done while I was dealing with the camera issues. I still kept painting and everything. So let me catch you up on what I've done. First thing I did is I went lighter on the gloves on that original purple, and then did the dry brush, same technique I did the first time. And then I sealed it with some semi-gloss. All this is just stuck on here, nothing's glued yet. So I masked off the belt and I sprayed the emblem, same as I did the pouches, masked that off. And then I went to mix the colors. What I started with is I started with the Vallejo model colored blue with a little bit of the Modeler Insignia blue, and then I added the original purple until I got to the color I wanted. Got it mixed, my ball bearing in there to keep to help mix it up, and I sprayed my base coat. Then I mixed another color, this one here, using a little bit of that Insignia blue in with this Polytranspar, what is this, chrome violet. And this is a water base. It's a pearl color with silver metallic flake in it. I'll put a link to the website where I bought this in case you want to buy some. And I sprayed that. Once I did that, then I started my shading, which I used this Minotaur Ghost Tint Magenta, and I also used the Minotaur Ghost Tint Purple. So what I do is I take the magenta, spray from the top of the chest and the breast, shoulders, abdomen, legs to the knees, a little on the back of the calves and some on the back of the leg, and then the top of the buttocks. Then I would take the purple Minotaur and spray this way. I'd spray under the breast, in the crotch area, from the knee down, also onto the boots. Let me move it up so you can see the boots. Up to the boots. Then I masked everything. I masked the boots off, and I went back again and sprayed with my Transpar, and I kept going back and forth with the Minotaur and the Transpar, shading and then covering and shading and covering. I did that about 4 times till I got to where I'm at now. Now this is real close to the reference I chose. When I do this, I'll choose a reference photo that looks close to what it would look like in natural light and daylight, and I'll match those colors, and I'll stick with that reference photo for all of my color mixing. So what I did is I went on eBay and I found some metallic flake. This is purple metallic flake, which looks almost exactly like what it does on the suit. So what I'm going to try now is I'm going to do some test spraying. I'm going to mix this in with some Simagloss and spray, like I said, a test spray to see if it does what I want it to do. If that doesn't work, then I will take it and I will mix it in with my Transpar mixture and then spray and cover the thing again. So that's going to do it for part 3. I'll continue the painting and then the detail work and show you what I've done to the base also in part 4. As always, I'd like to thank you guys for subscribing and thank you for watching, and I will see you for part 4.